right. So last time was a pretty simple session. You guys cleaned up the mess from the Red Brand hideout. You were able to sell off a lot of that stuff in town and make some money. Um, you guys then went and discussed one additional quest at the Shrine of Luck before heading out onto the road. Um, you guys did encounter a group of orcs on your way up to Cragmaw Castle, but you were able to easily defeat them and take all their stuff. And then you made it here to Cragmaw Castle. You guys snuck in the back door before taking down King Groll, um, along with discouraging a certain owl bear from attacking you, um, before taking down a drow elf, which morphed into a doppelganger. You took out the wolf, and upon having no additional allies, Glassstaff quickly surrendered to you all. And that is where we pick up tonight, as you all have your way with Cragmaw Castle, as all of the hobgoblins and goblins have fled upon hearing the news that King Grawl is dead. And what would you all like to do?
Loot.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy one, right? Alright, so well, first I have to ask, what are you guys going to do with Glassstaff?
Restrain him with the manacles that we have.
All right,
Good call.
that's simple enough. He doesn't resist you at all. And you do see Gundren, who is currently barely alive. You can rouse him back to consciousness in the corner of the room, if you so choose, or you can just let him sleep. That's completely up to you. But it looks like he will live, but is in very, very bad shape. Meanwhile, in the room, you guys are able to easily find, hidden under Grawl's bed mattress, stitched leather sack containing 220 silver pieces, 80 gold pieces, and 3 potions of healing. And you also find a map, which appears to be Gundren's map to the Wave Echo Cave. Which, let me go ahead and give that to you here on the area map.
Okay, you said 227 silver pieces.
Wave Echo Cave. Pretty
Yes, I
near
apologize.
Phandalin.
I'm quiet for just a minute. I'm finishing something up, but I'm still listening and available.
Alright.
So what was that total again?
Yeah, here, I will go ahead and put this in here. Oh, let's see. Let me fix this real quick. Nobody uses Electrum anymore. Yeah, 220 silver, 80 gold, 3 potions of healing, and you find the map. You also would find, well, of course, you guys are able to recover Glassstaff of Defense. And on the Doppelganger, you find a Wand of Magic Missiles.
Hmm.
Who needs a potion?
I can use one.
Did anyone else use theirs during the fight?
I gave mine to Gwydion.
I use mine as well.
Alright, so 3 people. You 3 can have one of the potions of healing.
Thank you.
I'll take one.
All right, and did you guys want to search the rest of the castle as well for loot?
Yeah, I think we should take a look around.
Definitely be helpful.
All right, well, go ahead and make. I'll have each of you make, as you go around the castle, a perception check or investigation, whichever you.
What's the gimmick? Goes upside down.
All right. Well, in down in the bottom tower, you guys are able to find a. This appears to be where the owl bear was chained up, and as you search through it, you see that there is actually a second floor to this tower, and you find a wooden chest that's on a bit of a jagged ledge of what's left of that second floor in that tower. And upon opening the chest, you find, let's see, $165 gold pieces, another potion of healing, a scroll of silence, and a scroll of revivify.
Hmm.
Does anyone else need a potion?
I do
Then
not.
Then I'll take this one because I don't have one. Yeah, I used mine in the fight. Alright.
So I'm just gonna take you guys on a little tour of this place, just so you guys can kind of see it all. So this is the room where you would have found that here in this area. No, let's not take the dead hobgoblin. In this room, well, actually, no, go here. Up top is a goblin shrine area. This chamber occupies the northern tower of the castle. A stone altar in the middle. A stone altar stands in the middle of the room, covered with a blood-stained black cloth. Golden ritual implements, including a chalice, a knife, and a censer, are carefully arranged on top of the altar. And 2 archways to the south are covered with heavy curtains. But in that room, you can find the 3 ritual items, which each have a particular gold value.
Looking around the room, I just mentioned to several of our other main spellcasters and say, well, this area looks like it might have been used for something magical. Do either of you have a way to tell?
I think I have a check on my character. Hang on. Some sort of method with my religion skill. Hang on.
That's sort of my in-character way of asking if anyone can detect magic.
I don't have detect magic.
I have.
Would
I have
researcher
divine
help me?
sense. The only thing that I have is
I've got-
divine
I should
sense.
have detect magic.
That or like an arcana check.
Presence of strong evil registers on your senses like a noxious odor, and powerful good rings like heavenly music in your ears.
Yeah, you can do divine sense if you want. You don't find anything though. There doesn't appear to be anything in this room that's evil. You know that goblins don't typically follow the same gods that most humanoid creatures like yourselves would. But it appears as though they were doing some semblance of worship here. And yeah, with detect magic, you can tell for sure none of those items are magical, but they do appear to be what would be considered valuable ritual items that could be sold off to a collector. Then coming down here, you guys would find one item with those investigation checks. Next to a stone brazier and buried under a mound of coal, you find a statuette of a sun elf, which is worth 100 gold. You guys come down to this room, which you don't actually see anything special here. It's just a banquet hall. The western portions of the large hall ends in a wall of rubble, but the remainder is still intact. This must have once been the castle's banquet hall, and soaring ceilings. So it has soaring ceilings that are about 25 feet high. 2 large wooden tables with plain benches stand in the middle of the room, and a brass brazier full of glowing coals is tucked into one corner. But there are a lot of dirty dishes and half-full soup pots, moldy heels of bread, and gnawed bones. Clearly, this place has been in disrepair for a while. Down here, you would see, goblin, just goblin-sized sleeping areas. There's really nothing to find down in the low eastern tavern. But up here, you guys would find a storeroom. So old casks of salted meat and sacks of rotting grain fill the storage area. Among the supplies, though, you find a bloody suit of chainmail, a heavy crossbow, and an unsheathed sword with the emblem of Neverwinter worked into the hilt. And I'll have you all make an intelligence check.
Ouch.
Alright, so the 2 that rolled 14, you guys would surmise that this is likely, based on the size of the armor, that this is probably the armor that they had taken off of Sildar.
I'll turn to the rest of the team and say, I think this is Sildar's armor. We should probably bring it back to him.
I agree.
Good idea,
Probably
yeah.
would want it.
And then in this room, you can see this is where the hobgoblins were stationed. It seems to be their barracks. And there's not really any treasure in here per se, but it does look like it was used as somewhat of a armory for them, because they have all of their arms and armaments here, which they appear to have left much of it behind in fleeing.
Well, it does seem we scared them quite a bit.
And that's it. You guys, the only other thing you guys would find as you're going around the castle, you would find in the just to the east of the castle, tucked behind one of the towers, you would actually find a cart with 2 horses that looks like it was probably stolen from a caravan on the road, but it looks like something that could be used to pack all of this up to take it back to Phandalin if you wanted.
I
That
Well, I
say,
do
or
think we should head back with haste.
if we carry it just for a bit, I can throw it into the bag of holding after a long rest.
All right, so you guys have Sildar. You guys have Gundren with you, and I'm assuming you're also taking Glassstaff.
Yes, of
yes,
course. Keep him
Yep.
tied up in the back of the cart.
All right.
we got manacles on them.
All right. Well, anything else you guys want to do before you leave Cragmaw?
Can we make sure we stuff his mouth with something so he doesn't talk on our journey?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't want to hear him the whole time. I'm sure an old geezer like him will just be complaining the entire journey.
He looks at you incredulously.
Not like he can say anything.
Nope. You can talk pretty well with a Claire though. And where would you guys like to go?
Back to
My
Phandalin.
suggestion is we head back to Phandalin with haste. I would say we drop our employer off at the inn for some care and some rest first, and then meet up with Holly to see what she wants to do with this old geezer.
And you guys all leveled up to level 4, right?
Yes,
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Excellent. All right.
with my whole 3 HP roll.
That happens. All right, so in about half a day's travel, you guys are able to make it out of the Neverwinter Woods. But I will have you all roll. I'll have one of you roll. Let's have Claudius go ahead and roll us a d20.
D20.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Slash RD20.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait. Wait, R slash D20? I forget.
Flash roll space d20. All right. Uneventful day. And you guys are able to make it almost all the way to Phandalin before the sun starts to fall. You guys feel like you could probably push through there in a couple hours, though, if you wanted to continue.
I want to look at the party and just say, with a prisoner and with an injured man, it's very important that I think we continue.
Yeah, I'll second that. We should push on.
All right.
They
Yeah,
need to be
same here.
taken care of.
So it takes about another 2.5 to 3 hours, but you are able to make it safely back into Phandalin. But it is pretty dark when you get there, and it looks like most of the town has gone to bed for the night. But the inn is always open. And... So
Stop by the inn.
all right. You head into the Stonehill Inn, and you see that Sildar is there, still awake, and the only other person that's there is the owner of the Stonehill Inn, who's sitting behind the counter.
Can I wave Stildar over to the cart as like if I'm poking my head inside the inn and just wave him like outside to come talk to the rest of us?
Sure, yeah, he would join you.
So I just
Well, I
kind of
see
want to
you made
whisper.
it back. Were you successful?
I just motion toward the back of the cart and say, "Well, we found him, but he's definitely seemed to have been through it. I figured it'd probably be best if we got him into the inn to get some rest with making as small a commotion as possible. So if we can maybe take him in through the back, and I'll pay the innkeeper on the way out.
Absolutely. And he then sees Glassstaff, aka let's see, Lord Albrecht, kind of glares. I see you also brought him back.
Well, not my first choice, but it is probably the noble thing to do, and I'll just kind of glare at Claudius.
Well, despite what he possibly deserves,
He's worth more alive.
I suppose yes, him seeing justice would still be worthwhile.
Perhaps. Anybody else?
What are we gonna do with Glassstaff for the night?
I'd say we just, as soon as Gundren is safe and in the inn, and we know that he's resting, we take him immediately to Holly Oak. With something this urgent, she would not mind being woken up.
I can tend to Gundren if you'd like. He's welcome to take my bed this evening.
That would be very gracious.
All right. So yeah, he would help you. He would help you guys usher Gundren upstairs and put him to bed. Say some of these wounds could use rebandaging. I'll see to it.
Thank you.
I'm sure he'll
Would
be.
a,
I'm sure he'll be up and around in the morning.
So nothing too serious, I hope.
No, it looks like there's not going to be any permanent damage. It looks like they tortured him pretty thoroughly to get his information, but yeah, he should be fully recovered in I would guess a week's time. He's not exactly a fighter. He's more of an explorer, but he certainly will live.
Well, whatever drink he needs when he wakes, it's on me.
I'm sure he'll be happy to hear that. Dwarves are famous for their thirst.
I've
I would like to pull out Sildar's armor and crossbow and sword and say we found this as well.
Ah, excellent. That'll save me having to have new armor and new weapons made. I was in the process of getting those commissioned, but I see now I don't have to. I guess that commission can go to you then, and he would exchange those for 75 gold.
Well, thank you very much. It's definitely appreciated.
Well,
Thank you.
You know, I'll tell you what. I'm a pretty uniquely shaped human. I have to have all of my armor custom made. It's kind of the big and tall kind of deal going on. So I appreciate not having to go through that process of being fitted again.
Absolutely.
And with that, I guess we'll take our leave and try to get rid of Glassstaff.
All right.
Straight to Holly with them.
So yeah, you guys would assume at this point that the Fandle and Miners Exchange is likely closed. However, Halia does still live here, and upon asking around, you would be able to be directed to Halia's home,
Sweet.
which is near the Fandle and Miners Exchange.
Well, then as we continue on our way there, I want to look at the rest of our party and just ask Ian, are we still sure of this? I remember before we did this, we were wary of her some, but as long as you were all confident this is the right decision, then I am in agreement.
I don't see.
I believe it is the right way.
Yeah, I think so.
I will trust your judgment.
All right. Well,
on the way to her residence.
okay. So you guys go up and you knock on the door. It's not so late that it's ridiculous for you to be coming here. And she does emerge. It looks like she's wearing more of a comfortable, evening gown rather than her normal refined clothing that she wears in her shop. But she says, "Ah, I see you've brought back my prize."
What would you like us to do with them?
Well, I'm going to have him escorted up to Neverwinter to be properly charged and interrogated. But in the meantime, I believe we can go ahead and restrain him and store him in the back of my shop. I have a little interrogation space that I used for the original Red Brand that I got all this information from. So that should serve fine as a cell for now.
I want to lean and ask, what business does a trader have having a torture chamber?
She said interrogation room.
Yeah, this seems a little odd.
Well, I believe I already mentioned to you how I got this information in the first place. There was a Red Brand that was attempting to steal from my shop, so I was able to restrain him and get information before sending him to Neverwinter to be charged with theft. And as I said, the town master here doesn't like to follow through on some of these things, so I tend to not involve him in it.
Hopefully that will change soon.
Yes, that reminds me. I was going to ask if you all had decided if there was a side you all wanted to support in terms of the leadership of this town. Have you all thought about it?
Still making up my mind.
Very well. Well, if you decide you'd like to support some new town leadership, feel free to let me know. I might be willing to help. And she would lead you back to the back door of the Fandolin Miners Exchange, and she would unlock a fairly secure looking door. It's actually got multiple locks, and then she would show you all in, and it is just kind of a small room with one door that again feels like it has a pretty sturdy door and no windows, and is triple locked. I previously was using this for some of my more expensive and valuable merchandise, but I suppose in some ways this will be solid merchandise. I'm willing to pay you most of what I will get for a discovery fee in turning in this particular felon, and she would fetch out of one of her back rooms a sack containing 250 gold.
Nice.
I would like to ask her. I said, even though it's a late hour and certainly not business hours, would you be willing to trade right now?
Oh, absolutely. That's the least I can do for all of you. You've all made it so far, and again, I believe I'll get a fairly decent amount of information from Glass staff, but also I feel like I will get quite a bit of renown and praise from having coordinated this effort. You did all of the legwork, though. You deserve most of the praise, and I'll make sure that the powers that be in Neverwinter are well aware that you were all the ones who did the legwork.
Thank
Most
you.
gracious
I want
of you.
to start as I start talking about trading. Say, well, I've grown accustomed to using these particular weapons, and I'm pointing down at my hand axes that are on either uh, side of my hip.
Mhm.
So I'm curious what type of weapons you've got similar that are improved. One-handed weapons that are fairly agile, and I'm willing to, if they're valuable enough, and I pull out Talon and place it on the counter and say, trade this in exchange.
You see, as soon as you pull out Talon, her eyes just go very wide, and she says, "Oh, I heard that this item had existed, but the tales do not do it justice. It's a beautiful sword. Where
I
did
would
you
agree
find
with
this?"
that. Well, on our adventure for tracking down Glassstaff, we happened upon it, and you were right, it is very beautiful, and I would only be willing to part with it if there's something that you're willing to trade of equal value, similar to what I'm looking for.
Well, I believe that I could certainly not only give you a good deal, but probably something. I could probably trade something even of greater usefulness because this has a particular value to our town in terms of historical value. Um, Mechanically, this is basically uh, the equal of a +1 magical weapon. But the historical value, I'd be willing to trade you any two such weapons in exchange. And she looks at your hand axes and says, "For starters, I do have an improved hand axe that would be considered a +1 of those. But also, I have other one-handed weapons that could serve just the same function. Is there any in particular you were looking for?"
Gosh, I didn't think this far ahead. Okay, metagaming here for a moment. What would be like the significant difference on picking like a short sword versus a hand axe? I know the hand axe is throwable. Is there a big difference in damage with a short sword versus a hand axe?
No, I believe they're both 1d6, so I actually think it does the same damage. Um,
Okay.
so I don't think that there is really a mechanical difference other than the thrown feature. I think a short sword counts as a finesse weapon, but that only matters if you're a rogue.
Okay.
Where a hand
So,
axe,
so,
I
uh,
believe, is not a finesse.
so finesse only matters if you're a rogue. So my dex modifier wouldn't be different on a finesse weapon. Or I mean, I wouldn't use my dex modifier instead of strength.
Well, a short sword is a finesse and a light weapon. So with light
Okay.
weapons, you can use them one-handed, and you can use dex instead of strength if you want.
Okay, and finesse is only if you're a rogue.
Right, finesse is only relative to rogues.
Okay, is a hand axe considered a light weapon or just finesse? Or neither?
Let's see. Hand axe is light and thrown, so it's not a finesse weapon, but
Okay.
but yeah,
So
you can
so
use
it's
either of them
not-
one-handed. Yeah.
Okay. Then yeah, I'll take the hand axes then, in exchange for Talon.
Okay. She only has one +1 hand axe, but she
Okay.
does have a +1 um, scimitar and a +1 short sword.
Would she be willing to trade the +1 short sword and +1 hand axe for Talon?
Yes,
Okay, then let me do that.
most definitely.
Alright, so I will remove Talon. And since I'm getting a +1 hand axe, can I also offer to trade in my standard hand axe I have?
She would say that she actually isn't interested in that item.
Okay.
That's something that would be collected by the Lion Shield coster. She would certainly be willing to buy that.
Okay. Well, then I'll hang on to it for now. Thank you.
Absolutely.
While we're here, would she be interested in the chalice, knife, and censer we found in the goblin worship area, or the sun elf statuette?
Yes, all of those she would be greatly interested in. She would give you the full value for those plus 10%.
Okay.
She loves things that are unique.
Also, just a heads up for you, on my 4th level, since I got martial versatility, I switched my fighting style from archery to 2-weapon fighting,
Sure.
and so I removed the global attack modifier for the bow, the +2, since I'm not using it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, and that's what's cool about that alteration in Paja's. It lets you switch out the fighting style if you want.
Yeah.
Each level up.
Yeah, so I'm still thinking a dex fighter, but I'm still thinking like a dexterity and intelligence to be a the two-handed Eldritch Knight.
Yeah. Very cool. She would also mention that if you had found any magical scrolls that you didn't want, or any magical items, she'd be very interested in purchasing those if there was anything you found in your travels that you didn't want.
I would like to ask about those 3 signet rings we took off the skeletons in Transcend Our Manor. If she'd have any interest in those or could tell us anything about them.
Oh, that's a good point.
She would study them. They appear to have had some sort of enchantment placed on them. But it appears as though that magic is no longer active. So for now, they just appear to be simple signet rings, but I would still be willing to buy them if you wanted to sell them.
Anyone else want them? Or should we just get rid of them?
Is there any possibility they could have use later on? Like, maybe there's an enchantment and they're just not active right now, or there's no use?
The only way you'd be able to figure that out is if you, for sure, is if you found a mage to determine that with a detect magic spell. See if there was any lingering magic. But currently, they don't appear to have any magical properties. But unfortunately, that's a little bit beyond my expertise.
What would you give us for them?
I would say I could buy them for 55 gold apiece.
Does one of you have detect magic?
I do.
Yeah, we
Would-
both do.
Would you be able to use it on one of the rings so we could just double check?
Well,
I
if
mean,
you
Could be
use
useful.
if you use detect magic, then you can actually just see, because it's a concentration spell. So you would be able to look at an item within that 10 minutes and see if it was magical.
I want to say I did that already when we first picked them up.
Okay.
And there was and basically it said the same thing that she told us, that there was an enchantment on them, but it's not really there anymore. It was a necromantic enchantment.
Yeah.
Okay. If there's no use for them, then we
So
should
it-
just
so what
sell
it
them and get the money
appears-
for 'em.
What it appeared had happened was when they were on, they had been enchanted when they were on the hands of the skeletons. But once you removed it, it dispelled the magic. Like that magic was only active while it was still on the hand.
Okay.
Like moving a glyph of warding.
Right.
Makes sense. Yeah, sell
I
them.
guess. All right, we'll let you have them for 55 apiece.
Excellent.
Is this the music from outside of Whiterun?
Let's see.
I think so.
I'm pretty sure this is music from right outside of Whiterun. I was just playing Skyrim earlier today.
This is the city gates.
Okay, yeah, so it is. Very cool.
Yep. This is
Sorry, I got distracted.
This is the D&D travel music track.
Nice. Does anyone besides Claudius play ESO? I'll take that as a no.
All right. Well, is there anything else you were looking to buy or sell or trade?
I'm good. What about you guys? Do we have anything left over from the dungeon we need to get rid of?
Nothing that she would be interested in. The rest is weapons. And I'm assuming someone wants the silence and the revivify scrolls, so...
I could definitely use the silence. That would help buffer the fact that I'm running around in heavy, clanky armor.
That is a
It's
good point.
But
Well,
could you cast it?
Yeah, that's the question. Is if it's whether or not silence is a part of your is on your spell list.
Or could somebody cast it on me?
It actually gets casted on either an area, or I believe it can be cast on an item. Let's see.
It could be cast on an area, then it could hit a bunch of us.
Yeah.
In the case.
Okay,
That could be
so
cool in the future.
it can only be cast by bards, clerics, or rangers.
Okay. So George could. No, you're not a cleric. You're a paladin. Never
Right.
mind. I don't think we have
And-
any of those.
I thought we had weren't one of you guys a ranger?
No, I was playing as a fighter, and originally I was going to go as an arcane archer, but I switched it to Elder's Knight at level 3.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we have
Gwydion's
then we
cleric,
have
isn't he?
Artificer.
Yeah, I can cast
Yeah.
Revivify. I can use the Revivify scroll, and so can whoever the cleric is. Gwydion, I think, right?
Yeah. So
And
yeah, the
only
cleric.
a cleric
Yeah.
can use silence.
So it's worth noting that I believe you have access to level 2 spells at level 4. So yeah, you can use the silence scroll automatically. But currently nobody's high enough level to cast Revivify. So if you wanted to attempt to cast that spell, you would have to roll a spell check to see whether or
Right.
not you're able to. And the DC would be 13.
Cool.
That's how I checked that.
I
Yeah,
guess
it
I
would
would
be
hand.
a D20 plus your spellcasting modifier.
I got a +5, so not too bad. I guess I will. I'll hold on to that Revivify scroll, and I'll hand the scroll of silence to Gwydion because he can use it.
Good, Gwydion.
I think he's the one that can use the scroll, right?
Yeah. So yeah, Gwydion, if you want, you can add the scroll of silence to your inventory.
Got it.
And yeah. Cool thing about the Revivify scroll is that it's already been cast into the scroll, so you do not need the 300 gold diamond that you would normally need to cast it.
That's very nice.
Well, good thing you guys rolled a 15 or higher on the investigation check to find the chest.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, it's worth noting that as you guys look around the shop, you do see various other magic items. So if there was anything in particular that you were looking for, you guys can let me know if you wanted to try to buy something. Because this is the magic item shop in Phandalin, essentially. She doesn't have a huge selection, but she has she has a lot of common and uncommon magic items, and she has a couple things that are a little bit more rare and special.
I'm pretty
Is
broke
she-
after getting my armor, but can I just leave a note with her that if she has another +1 index come in, I would like to be first on the list to be notified.
Sure, I could probably place an order from Neverwinter to have one of those sent down.
Very good. Would I be able to exchange my +1 short sword when it comes in?
Absolutely. Magic items
Sounds like a
never
good
get damaged or deteriorate, so there's no reason I couldn't just make it 1-for-1 exchange.
Awesome. Well, I look forward to that.
Excellent.
Let me ask, do you have any throwable type weapons like spears or javelins that are enchanted? Weird question.
Yes. I have one special javelin. It's called the Javelin of Lightning.
Ooh, you could be Zeus.
Let me see here.
So let's see. Let me go ahead and.
Oh my gosh. Ooh, ooh,
That's cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
ooh. When you hurl it and speak its command word, it transforms into a bolt of lightning, forming the line 5 feet wide and extends out from you to a target within 120 feet. Each creature in the line, excluding you and the target, must make a DC 13 dexterity. Oh, wow.
4d6.
I can go ahead and if people want to spend money, I have the math done. From what we've sold so far and what we found, everyone can add 252 gold, 64 silver, and 80 copper to their bags.
Can you put that in chat?
Yep.
George, sorry, Claudius, I'm telling you, that's a pretty hefty weapon for a paladin to be carrying around. That'd be pretty. Not only would you be our tank and partially a healer, now you'd be dealing ridiculous damage early on.
I'm just wondering
4d6 is pretty hefty.
how much would this item be? It's incredible.
Well, I've had it on my shelves for quite a while, listed at 250 gold. But seeing as how your troop has not only done a lot of good business for me today and also done me a great service, I could probably let it go for half that price to you if you'd like. We can call it 125 gold.
That is quite generous, ma'am. I will take it.
Excellent. You can add the Javelin of Lightning to your inventory. If you actually, I can add it to your inventory if you would like, if that's easier. I don't know if this is gonna.
Super cool.
I don't know if this is gonna work. We will give it a shot. Yeah, I think that actually is gonna roll it correctly. Yep. So yeah, it rolls the piercing and it rolls the 46 lightning.
I gotta grab my DoorDash order real quick. I'll be right back.
Oh, good. DoorDash is a wonderful thing. Anything else that anyone else was looking for?
Yeah, do you have any like caster type stuff? Like I don't know, a cape or something?
Well, I have a few different cloaks. I have a cloak of Elvenkind. As well as a cloak of the Manta Ray.
That's cool.
Why did this not come up? There we go.
How much is the cloak of elven kind?
This one I could sell for 200. It's a little bit more on the rare side, but that would still be a fairly discounted price for you. But yeah, I could sell it to you for 200. As far you mentioned caster items though, I do have one specialty item. It's typically used by wizards, but theoretically could be used by or no. Yeah, I have something that's mainly that can only be used by wizards.
Well, you got my attention.
They call it an arcane grimoire.
Ooh.
Oh, that's
Fancy
nice.
book.
Yeah, this
How
one
much
was,
for that?
This one was particularly difficult for me to get a hold of. I'd be willing to sell it to you at cost for what it got for me, because I honestly am not sure I'm going to be able to unload it. But that would be 250.
Okay, yeah, I'll take it for 250.
Excellent. I bought it because it was so special. It's unlike anything I had ever seen before, and I thought I'd be able to get rid of it. But I've had it for quite a while and realized there just aren't that many wizards around that would appreciate it.
Any other items you have that could be beneficial to a fighter that specifically focuses in dexterity or two-handed weapons or light armor?
The only thing I can think of is my final cloak. I do have a third one that has magical acumen, but it is much stronger. It's a very strong item that's very rare, and this one I would have to. It is fairly expensive. Um, called a cloak of displacement. Let's see. And this one is 2,000.
That's dope.
That is incredible.
And unfortunately, 2,000 gold is the heavily discounted price. I normally wouldn't let this go for anything less than 3,500, but if you were able to put the gold together, I could give it to you for 2,000. But I also realize that's a pretty high price. But this is the rarest item that I have.
Well, I will hope to be back for it sometime in the future.
Excellent. That sounds like a great plan to me. I'll do my best to keep it safe.
Yep. And talking to the party for a minute, like out of character, the my thought process is the cloak of elvenkind is cool, but I already have such a high dexterity modifier anyway that it'd probably be more beneficial for me to try and save my gold to get that.
Yeah. Let's see. You
I
guys,
don't have
you guys
anything else.
bought the arcane grimoires. Let me add that to your magic items. And we're not buying either of any of the cloaks.
No, I'm okay on the cloaks.
Okay.
Cloak of elvenkind is tempting. I'm gonna hold off and try to save more for the last cloak. What was the name of that cloak again? The last one.
The cloak of displacement.
Okay.
It's interesting because in battle it displaces essentially where enemies see you. They think they see you in one spot, then as they attack, occasionally they'll actually attack a little wide of you before they kind of realize that where your position actually is.
Very interesting. Worth saving up for. Anybody else need anything?
I would look around and see if there's any magical whips or artificer tools.
Let's see. She does indeed have a whip +1.
How much would that go for?
100 gold.
I'll take it.
All right.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Indeed. You as well.
I would also like to buy another potion of healing, please.
Yes, I can do those for 30 gold for your group. And it looks like she has restocked on healing potions since you were
I'll
last
take
here.
one of those as well.
All right, another 30 gold. It's also worth noting I have a couple of greater healing potions that I've been able to get my hands on. I can sell these to you for 90 gold apiece. They're basically double the power of a regular healing potion. You know, and you guys know it would be 44 plus 4 instead of 2d4 plus 2.
Oh, nice.
And you guys also have, by the way, the Wand of Magic Missiles and the Staff of Defense. So don't forget to give those out if you haven't already figured out who you're going to use those for.
I think we said Tormar was going to get the staff.
Oh, defense.
Right. And was it Gwydion gets
Yes.
the Wand of Magic Missiles?
Yes.
Thank you, guys.
Not so
Absolutely.
squishy now.
Yeah, it's
Stronger
definitely
our
gonna
party
help.
is, the stronger we are.
And then Gwydion's just gonna burn everything with the.
Gwydion's last stand.
The staff of magic missile.
All right. Well, anything else that you guys have for Halia?
I think that's it.
I
Excellent.
say
Well,
it's time we head to Sleeping Giant Inn and get a drink and with our
Does she have any
compatriots and get some rest.
armor or shields? Because I can use.
yes, she does have a +1 shield, which she would be willing to sell for 100 gold, which is again a pretty solid deal.
Okay, I will take that then, since
Okay.
Tormar got the staff.
Okay, so yeah, the
Do you have any more
+1
of those?
shield axe then it gives you +3 to your armor class.
What gives plus for the armor class?
Well, the shield, a regular shield, normally gives you +2. The shield +1 gives you 3 extra armor class.
Got it.
Does she have any more shields for sale?
Oh, I only had the one. I only had the one enhanced shield. I believe I do have one other magical shield though. Yes. The sentinel shield.
Hmm. Interesting.
And how much would that go for?
I could also do this one for 100.
I'll take it.
Excellent. I was worried my coffers were going to start to get a little low with all that I was buying from you, but I see they're being just as quickly refilled.
With deals like that, it'll be hard to keep us away.
Well, it's not often that I get such well stocked and then well supplied with coin adventurers around in these parts. Generally, people come in for the occasional uh, healing potion here or there, but very, very rarely do I get a large group that all have the coin and interest in buying some of my more magical and rare goods. So it's been a pleasure.
Hopefully we'll be in soon to buy some more.
I'll have to do my best to keep it well stocked. If I find anything particularly rare and valuable, I'll make sure to let you know.
Thank you, Alia.
I think if she would have anything else that would be good for a dex fighter. Something that's not quite as ridiculous as the cloak of displacement. Well, she'll think on it, and if she thinks of anything, she'll let you know.
Of course. Thank you enough for the hand axe.
Does she have any other wands? Maybe like the magic missile wands?
Ah, yes, wands. It's important to have a good stock of wands. Well, I have one that's pretty silly. This is a fairly cheap item. It's not particularly useful in combat, but it can be a bit fun to toy around with.
I love on a wand it transforms into a wand of scowls. That's great.
How much is that one?
For you, I would let this go for 25 gold.
Do it.
That is pretty funny. Yeah, that's too funny. I'll take it.
Okay. Easily done. Let's see, what else? This is one of the more useful ones. It's a little bit more of a rare wand. Let's see. And it's not quite as amusing, but as I said, certainly more useful. The Wand of Fear.
That could be
Oh, that's
helpful.
cool.
How much is that?
Yeah.
Good question. Originally I had it labeled at 1,500. I could probably let it go to you for a half price, 750.
Okay, I'll have to come back for that one.
Very well. See if I have any others that are a little bit more useful but common. Ah, yes. This one, indeed. Wand of Web.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All the power of the spider in the palm of your hand.
What do you want for that?
This is another item that I could sell you for 100 gold.
I'll definitely take that for 100 gold.
Excellent.
I guess you could say you're a spider man.
Spider caster, casting it like spider does.
And I have one other silly wand. The Wand of Pyrotechnics.
That could almost be useful.
Well, yes, it could be used to aid in a party, and perhaps could even be used to be a bit of a flare of sorts.
Or a distraction too.
Yes, indeed.
How
This
much is that one?
This one was a little harder to get my hands on. I would say I could part with it for 50 gold.
How much was that? 50?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I'll take that one. That could definitely be helpful.
Excellent. Alright, so you guys bought the Wand of Smiles. You guys are stocking up on magic items. I love it. Let's see, we didn't do the Wand of Fear, so archive that. Did the other two. So the other common type of magic items that you guys might be interested in, I would say, are probably rings that you might be looking through. You would notice that she has a few different sets of magical rings.
Well, let's see them.
Featherfall.
It's a classic.
Action.
That's probably out of our price range.
Yeah.
That's an awesome ring.
Just at this point, we're just window shopping, though. Let's see.
Good to have something to work towards.
Yeah. Why are all of these rings so rare? That one. The one that would catch you guys as something that maybe you could afford is the Ring of Mind Shielding.
Nice.
Oh, also, let's see. Also, the ring of swimming. That one's not quite as fun though. And the ring of and last but not least, she has the ring of water walking. Pretty common stuff.
One of those items you go, oh, I'll never use that until you really need it.
Yeah. There are a few of those. Like, most of these are utility, but what's cool is swimming and water walking, they don't require attunement, which is cool. So it's one of those things that, like, you think you may never need it, but it just doesn't hurt to have it. If you have it, then you can use it whenever you need it, but it doesn't take up one of your attunement slots.
Yeah. And that's big. Magic items that don't take up attunement slots.
Right. Now, the Ring of Warmth, on the other hand, that's one of those that you think you probably would only need in very niche situations. But it does take up an attunement slot, which is kind of rough. Though, resistance to cold damage is pretty good.
How much
And
is
you
the
know, if
ring
we were
of
playing in Icewind Dale, it might be a must-have.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, what's up?
How much is the ring of mind shielding?
She would be able to sell that to you for $125. And here's one of the cool things. This is one of those. I'm going to give you a bit of a metagame information on this item. Is that
Okay.
I have specialty rules about resurrection. Revivify is automatic, but if you get resurrected through a more advanced means like Raise Dead or the resurrection spell, anything other than true res, there is a DC to that roll for the caster, and every time you die and you come back, the DC gets higher, unless your soul is somewhere safe, like in the Ring of Mind Shielding. Then it's automatic because your soul has not passed on. Because the DC is about whether or not your soul is willing and available to come back to your body. But if your soul is safe in the Ring of Mind Shielding, then you can always bring it back through resurrection means.
You said 125?
Yes.
I will take the Mind Stone.
The Mind Stone. Congratulations, you're now one of the most powerful people in the universe. And you guys all know how to pull those items into your inventory through the compendium, right?
Yep.
Okay. And in case you guys ever need the descriptions, all of those items that you purchased are down in the magic items tab. Okay. Well, then I assume you guys would all bid Halia adieu.
How do you bring them into your compendium? I'm sorry.
Okay, so you go up into the compendium tab, the little I button next to the journal, and then you search for the item there. Once you find it, you can click and drag it, and you just click and drag it onto your character sheet when it's in the window.
Okay.
And then that'll add it to your inventory, and if there's anything like additional AC or any stat changes like that, it automates those changes on your character sheet. It's pretty cool. If it's an attack item, then it'll give you that attack as a button that you can press under your attacks and spells. Gotta love Roll20. I do play one of the groups that I play with is are my family members, and we have to handwrite everything on pen and paper, and there is a value to that. But boy, the automation sure is nice, especially with newer players. So I have 4 new players in that group of 5, and so having to explain everything and having to write it all out is it makes me appreciate Roll20. Anyway,
100% agree.
all right, so you guys
So
bid
you
Holly
grab
adieu
this
then and head to
drop
bed.
it to your.
Let's see, Gwydion. I can help you with that if you'd like.
Hold on. Trying to. I think something happened. No, I just messed up.
Yeah, you got Wand of Web and Wand of Magic Missiles in there, +1 shield. That worked.
Well, I added that myself. But
Oh, okay. Let's see, just the +1 shield. Okay, so I'm gonna redo the +1 shield for you real quick, actually. Boop. There you go. Oh, your AC changed. What the heck? Okay, where's your armor? Oh, chain shirt. Okay. That explains it. Okay, yeah, but the chain shirt you had listed as being +3 from your dex. But the chain shirt you can actually only add a maximum of +2 for dex score with that armor.
did I?
So yeah, now your AC's 18 with the +1 shield. Pretty sure that's right. Yeah. But if you wanted, you could upgrade to either scale mail, breastplate, or half plate to have better medium armor. But you'd still only be able to get a max of +2 from dex for those.
I don't think I can afford the breastplate. Let's see. I'll go. How much? How much is the scale mail? It's 50, right?
Let's see. Scale mail, just from the book, is 150. Breastplate is 250, and half plate is 450. But you also know that you guys have done a lot for the Lion Shield coster. You probably would be able to get a discount. She also gives a 10 gold discount for wearing her logo on the chest, which is hilarious, but depends on whether or not you're okay with that or not.
Sure. I'll hoard out if she gives me a discount.
Well, either way, they're closed for the night, so let's get you guys all to bed.
Okay.
All you excited adventurers, you. All right, so you guys are easily able to make your way back to the Stonehill Inn. You do still have your cart with all the stuff in it. You've unloaded some of it at Halia's, but you guys get a good night's rest at the inn. And you wake up the next morning, and as you come down, you can see that Sildar is sitting there with Gundren. and they look like they're both enjoying a good solid breakfast. And they figured you guys would be waking up soon, so they've already put together a good spread and have a bunch of the tables pushed up together, so you guys can have a nice little banquet style breakfast for uh, as a thank you and a celebration.
I'll toss 1 gold coin toward the innkeep to contribute to the cost.
Well, I'll keep it flowing then.
Thank you.
And Gundren looks over you and says, "Ah, long time no see, adventurers. How you all doing?"
Good. Glad to see you're doing better.
Yes, good night of sleep and a nice comfortable bed was exactly what I needed. But, we've got a bit of a problem, I have to say.
What now?
Well, seems as though, my two brothers have been captured by the Black Spider. He was the one who was looking for the entrance to the mines, and I was the only one that had the last piece of the puzzle to help him figure out where it was. But he got that information from me about a day ago, and they had sent that drow figure to oversee any additional information they might be able to get from me.
That was no drow, that was a shape-shifting being of sorts.
He's got shapeshifters working for him now.
A doppelganger.
It sounds like your family's got an issue with keeping people from getting captured.
Well, when you own such a secret, it can be a bit difficult to keep everyone safe. But yes, my two brothers and I had the 3 pieces of the map, and it seems as though with the information he got from this one, he now would know where the map is and likely has already beaten us there.
Let me guess, they decided to travel through the forest on their own too?
Well, I can tell you, it's
What-
not very
what
far
exactly
here
is the
from here in
significance of
Phandalin.
this
It's
map?
about a day to the east, and he would actually pull out the map, and he would show you guys exactly where on the map it was. The Wave Echo Cave is in the Sword Mountains. It's about half a day, about a half a day's journey to the east from Phandalin. But by this time, I would imagine he's gotten all of his cronies down in the Wave Echo Cave, and
This is the same cave that we got a map to?
yeah,
Yes.
and yeah. If you guys gave that back to him, he would show you the 1/3 of the essentially calculation of where to find it, and then he would explain how the other 2 maps fit in to show you the location of the cave. And he's got the other 2, and with the information that he got on this one, he would have been able to find it. I suspect that the only reason they kept me alive was so that perhaps if the information was not understood, maybe they could get more information from me.
What's so special about this cave?
Oh well, it holds the lost mine of Foundelver, don't you see? It's this extra special forge that can make magic items. That's why they're so prevalent in this area. There were constantly magic items being produced and passed out to the public in this area, and it's been lost for hundreds of years, but many of those items are still circulating.
Such a mine could prove useful in the right hands, but it makes me wonder just exactly what
It's
the
a
spider's
mine.
intentions are.
It's a mine with a forge that can make magic items?
Yes.
Holy crap.
Yes, it specializes in being able to produce magic items at a much quicker pace than normal. I'd be willing to give you a 10% share if you were able to help me recover it. it would become my new workshop, and I would, between me and my two brothers, would be able to create magic items at an untold speed.
10% of everything you make in the future, right? That's what you mean.
Correct. Yes. 10%
Wow.
share, or uh, every 10th magic item can be one for each of the five of you. So essentially, between the five of you, you'd be having half of the mine's fortune or usefulness.
Oh wow. That sounds like a deal to me.
And then half for me and my two brothers if you're able to hopefully recover their lives as well. Wouldn't wouldn't mind having my brothers back first and then the mine after, if you don't mind.
Hopefully we can do both.
And what are your brothers' names?
Do 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 do
dwarven
do
brothers, I
do
imagine.
do.
Forgot. He does not love him that much.
Look, I was hitting the head pretty hard, okay?
Granted, right? Yeah. Give him time to look.
Something rock seeker, I'm sure.
My brothers' names are Nundro and Tharden. Here, I'll paste this in here. Yeah, we are the Rock Seeker brothers.
Big family.
Well, let me tell you, sometimes he does get a bit gassy. Don't get me wrong.
Well, I'm sure we can discuss this as a party. I know we've got several matters that are on our plate right now, but we can discuss it and figure out what takes the most urgent course of action.
So, this black spider is a. Wait, I'm kind of confused. So there's a guy called the Black Spider, who was a drow that we think is a drow, but was actually a. That wasn't the doppelganger that we killed, right? It's somebody else.
No, the doppelganger was someone sent by this black spider, if I remember correctly.
Yes, I don't have all the details, unfortunately. I don't know what. I assume the Black Spider is. I mean, I would assume he's a human if he lives in this area, but I can't be sure. There's not a whole lot known about him. And I imagine that he's got Drow working for him, but who knows? If they're doppelgangers, they can take up the form of anyone. It's kind of hard to tell.
We'll just have to stay alert.
Well, whoever this guy is, he's very powerful to influence the Kragmaw clan into working for him. Not to mention then also taking control of the Red Brands through Glassstaff, and he's got a lot of power and influence. So I would say that as much as I am interested in having access to the Forge and having my brothers back, I would encourage you to seek any advantage that you can have before you go in to face it. If there are any extra resources that you feel you can gather from the area, from doing anything else, by all means, be as fully stocked and capable and ready as you can before you go to face it. Success is more important than speed in this instance. If you all die, then my brothers are gone no matter what.
Sounds to me like we need to focus on stabilizing the town a little bit before we go in. We still have several things around here that need to be taken care of before we can leave it peacefully.
Agreed.
The guards, while they may have been capable in our time gone, we still need to firmly establish the Phandalin Protectorate.
Yeah, we'll clear the countryside of many threats before we venture into the cave.
Hmm. Well, we have our options laid out before us. There is that group of orcs, of which we met one of their scouting parties. I'm sure that they may be frustrated that we killed them, or they may have not come back. We also have, let me see here. I think I remember something about a banshee up to the north, but that's farther up to the north than the orc hideout. But then there's
Perhaps
also the case of the missing, what is it?
a druid, I think.
Druid. We must return that man. I believe he has some sort of special relationship with the woman that lives here in town. Possibly. Maybe even married.
Perhaps we could discuss these with our comrades over at the Sleeping Giant Inn.
And then you guys also would know that there's one quest that was on the notice board, Old Owl Trouble, that you guys have not gotten any information on yet.
We have the orcs near Wyvern Tor, Old Owl Well, the Banshee, and the Druid and the Heirloom in Thunder Tree.
I do think the most immediate would be removing threats for the town, and then we can focus on establishing help for the town. So, whichever you think is the most immediate cause of danger for everyone.
I'd say the orcs and the undead coming from Old Owl Well.
Two things. First, we must find this Darren character. And second, sell off the goods, the weapons that we received from Cragmaw.
I think if we killed the first wave of orcs, it's probably going to be a while before the next group moves into town. It sounds like this well producing the undead might be more urgent.
I don't remember. I want to say they're fairly close on the map. I don't remember.
Well, if you asked Sildar and Gundren, they'd be willing to show you where the Old Owl Well is. Yeah, it's just a bit south of Connieberry. It is actually very near Wyvern Tor. And voila, you guys have found everything. Ta-da!
Perhaps we could make an expedition of it. We plot out a route from town where we can accomplish most of the tasks as we circle back.
I guess we could go to the Agatha's Lair, Old Owl Well, and Wyvern Tor.
That would be the most economical path.
Yeah, that sounds good.
The other option would take us all the way to Thunder Tree if we decided to find the druid first.
And that doesn't seem very reasonable to me.
Yeah, we'll take care of these closer threats. The druid is, as far as we know, not in any danger. He just hasn't shown his face lately.
Maybe he could help us, though, with this banshee, since he knows the woods.
Didn't Sister Garel give us something to deal with her?
Yes.
Yes.
A comb, a diamond-studded comb, I believe.
Yeah, I'm trusting in that
Silver.
and our buddy's new lightning spear to handle it pretty quickly.
A jeweled silver comb. Yep. So basically, what she had told you is that if you go to Agatha's lair, The lair itself is not the hut is not dangerous, but the area around the hut, the forest itself can be dangerous to travel through. There are creatures, beasts of all kinds. Agatha herself just will only show herself if you ingratiate yourself to her, and will answer one question to anybody that does.
Well, we could go inquire about the spell book from her, and then head to Old Owl Well. Hopefully, it doesn't come to blows with Agatha, and we can just get an answer to her question and move on.
Sounds good to me.
Don't forget, we need to sell these weapons and armaments that we aren't using.
We can do that at the lion show as we pass out of town.
It'd be 5 spears, 4 long swords, 3 morning stars, 2 great swords, and a fine quarterstaff.
And
did I
before
give
we
you-
leave-
did I give you the value on all those?
No.
Okay. Well, then let me bring that up.
And before we leave Gundren, I would like to use my Wanda Smiles on him and tell him, we will find your brothers.
All right. Let's see.
Turn that frown upside down.
What's the save?
We're just out here making friends.
What's the saving
It-
throw?
DC 10 Charisma.
He's like, well, thank you very much. I feel better already. But no effects. Very low DC, DC 10.
That was worth a shot. Tried to
Yeah.
cheer you up, buddy.
Gundren's a pretty charismatic guy, you know.
And I will use the mending cantrip on those damaged studded leathers.
Okay. Yeah, so you could have begun doing that on your treks. So I'll say that you could have fixed all of those by now. Okay, so for each great axe, you can get 15 gold. For each studded leather, you can get, if it'll ever load, 25 gold. Let's see. Five spears, you can get 3 gold for all of them. 4 long swords, 28 gold. 3 morning stars, 24 gold. 2 great swords, 60 gold. And yeah, the fine quarterstaff is worth 10 gold.
Were those prices each or total?
Total. Except for the great axe and the studded leather, those were each. All right. So, did you get the total or?
497 GP.
Ooh, nice.
Is that per person or total?
Total.
Okay.
Everyone take 100, and I'll take the 97. Make it easy.
So at the Lion Shield Coster, Lenine, the owner, would also mention, with all this influx of stuff, I am going to have to send a shipment up to Neverwinter. So I can send it any time over the next couple of weeks. But to be honest, with all that's been going on the roads lately, I'm worried about it possibly being intercepted. One of my shipment of goods has already been intercepted, and you all had very graciously returned it to me. Would you perhaps be interested in escorting this this shipment of mine up to Neverwinter anytime soon? I could certainly pay you for it, probably 25 gold each.
I'm sure we'll be making our way that way soon.
Okay. Well, if you're interested, just let me know. And also, if you decide you're unable to do it, let me know, and I'll just I'll run the risk and send it unescorted.
Let me ask, do you have any improved shields of any sort?
I actually do not carry any magically enhanced items. I do have all pretty much every type of basic set of armor. But the best that I have is just regular plate armor.
Can I get some of the either a breastplate or some scale?
Sure. She would show you.
Trade in my...
Yeah, you're wanting to trade in your chain shirt and get upgraded medium armor?
Yeah.
Okay. So for you guys, should be able to give a discount for all of these. She'd be willing to trade in your chain shirt for 40 gold. And then for the scale mail, would be willing to sell it to you for 90 with the logo. She'd be willing to sell you the breastplate for 180 with the logo, or the half plate with for 325 with the logo.
Let's go ahead and go with the, I guess, the scale.
Okay. So, off of trade-in, then, that would only be 60 gold down for you.
Okay.
And then, scale mail. Yeah, I can drag this over for you.
And how much for splint?
She could do 400 or 380 with the logo. Rid of the chain shirts. Do the scale mail.
I'll give her my scale mail and 350 for the splint.
Well, the scale mail she would be willing to buy for you for 80 gold. So 80 gold trade in for the scale mail, and
320.
Yeah, so yeah, 400 without the logo or 380 with the logo. So you could actually do it for 300 if you wanted to have the Lion Shield coster emblazoned on your chest.
I'll go without the logo.
Okay, fair enough.
And I'll give her my scale mail.
Sure, so 320.
Good deal.
She would also comment in what good condition your scale mail was for the fact that it was used. Fairly
I like
impressed.
to take care of my armor.
Well, excellent, excellent. If you're ever looking to trade up to something stronger, feel free to bring the half plate back. I can tell that it'll still likely be in near the same condition.
I look forward to trading up soon then.
I wish to inquire about. You mentioned about plate armor.
Yes, plate armor is very expensive though. Normally 900. So she would give you a discount of 700. If you just bought the regular, she'd be willing to do 650 though if you had the Lion Shield coster logo.
Might have to think about that.
Yeah, the half plate would be half that, so it would be well, she wouldn't be able to discount it quite that much though. So it would be for half plate it would be 400. But yeah, for the splint. Oh, you know what's weird is it says half plate and heavy armor, but it's got a different name in the armor's handbook. So yeah, for splint armor, which is just a straight 17, it would be 400. Let's see, it would be 380 discount and 370 with the logo.
Ouch, shields.
Oh yes, I have regular shield for 20 gold. But unfortunately, the only real way to enhance a shield's defensive capabilities is by magical means, and I don't currently have any of those. That would be something that you might be able to order through Halia. If she doesn't have any now, I imagine she could probably put in an order into Neverwinter to have it shipped here. And if you did happen to be going to Neverwinter to escort my goods, Neverwinter would have a much, much larger selection of anything you can think of. It's a massive city.
Ah, I do know this. I lived there for a time.
Yeah, and you guys would
Well,
know
I'm feeling
that you could go to Neverwinter and buy all kinds of different magic items. However, you probably would not enjoy the same discount that you have through Halia.
she's our hookup.
Yeah. Well, and anything she had to order through Neverwinter, you probably also wouldn't get as big of a discount on because she's having to buy it from there and have it shipped down here. Anyway, do you have anything else for the Lion Shield coster? Or anything else in town?
I think I'm sufficiently armored up now.
He's got half plate. How much is the discounted half plate again? My next upgrade? He said it was.
Let's see. Well, sorry, it gets a little complicated because the names in here are different. I'm going to try to use the player's handbook names, though. So, if you're talking about half plate for the medium armor, that is the best medium armor, which is 15 plus
Right.
plus 2. That would cost 380 gold.
Alright.
But the breastplate would be... Oh no, actually the breastplate is the same as what you have. It just doesn't impose disadvantage.
Yeah.
So yeah, the upgrade would be the half plate. But yeah, for him it would be a sport. All right. Well, we got all the shopping and all of that out of the way. So where would you guys like to go?
I guess towards Agatha's lair.
Eastbound.
All right. So you guys travel. The first day, you guys make it decent way up the Tripper Trail. You figure you have 1 to 2 more days to get to Agatha's lair. As you guys camp out next to the Tripper Trail, I will have. Let's have Tormar go ahead and roll us a d20. See how your travels go.
Ouch.
Oh no.
The rolls are not with me today.
You guys actually have a safe few watches. You guys keep vigilant because you know that recently the roads have been a bit treacherous for you. But yeah, nothing occurs during your long rest, and you guys are able to continue your journey. Let's see. All right, so after the second day's journey, you guys are getting pretty close. This is the furthest north you've been in up the Tripper Trail. And you imagine you're going to get to Connieberry relatively soon. Have Gwydion roll a d20 for me for the second night.
Let me just roll a d20.
All right. Yep, no problem for night 2. And just a couple hours in, you guys make it to Connieberry, and you guys notice this is a an abandoned village. Looks like it once had a bit of civilization not too long ago. There are a few houses, but it appears if anyone lived here recently, they have moved out for one reason or another. And you guys are able to make it. You guys hang a left out of Connieberry, up the road to Agatha's lair. And on the way in to the woods, I will have Sheriff roll a d20.
At the end of that long last rest, I'll use my ability and change from the whip I had enchanted with enhanced attack to making a homunculus.
What's that?
Oh, I need a gem or a crystal. I didn't read that. Oh, never mind. I make a bag of holding.
For what it's worth, you would have known that you needed that. So if you want to retcon buying one of those in Vandalin, you could. If you have the gold. I don't know if you have 100 gold, but...
Yeah, I'll do that.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Let's see,
never
you
mind.
learn-
I spent too much money.
Well, to be
We'll
fair,
hold on.
it went well.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. 13. No, you guys are able to deftly and swiftly make your way through the woods, and you are able to find your way to Agatha's lair without issue.
So who wants to go talk to the Banshee?
I will speak to the Banshee. Last encounter that I had with such a creature was not the friendliest, but from
What's his
watching...
mother-in-law?
Oh,
No.
wow.
No, my wife, her mother-in-law, she's deceased, long deceased. But I do appreciate the humor. But I can try to handle this myself. If you will follow me, please.
I guess whoever has the comb will hand it over to you, and remember to just ask her where Bo Gentle's spell book is and get it out of there.
More surprised by the fact that Cloudy's is married but adventures.
Fun fact, the original phrase "took an arrow to the knee" is actually a term for marriage. As in, I used to be a great adventurer, but then I took an arrow to the knee.
Interesting.
Makes sense. Seems Claudius has done just that.
Much as I hate to abandon Divinity Original Sin 2 music, Agatha's Lair is rather creepy. Alright, so Agatha's Lair is only a few miles out of town. You do head down an old trail to the northwest into Neverwinter Woods. The forest grows dark and still as the trail winds deeper into the trees. Heavy vines and thick layers of moss drape the branches, and the air is noticeably colder than it was in the ruined village. Rounding the bend of the trail, you see a screen made with warped branches and trees standing close together, woven into a dome-like shelter in the shadows. A low doorway leads inside.
Could we pause for a bathroom break?
Yes. So yeah, we'll
Okay,
come back.
I am dying over here.
That's okay. That's a good idea. We're about halfway through, so we'll take a quick fiver, and then we'll come back to your encounter with Agatha in her lair.
I see the woods have scared Sheriff to need to relieve himself.
Tormar is a little concerned as well.
I think it's more attributed to the Taco Bell from earlier, but we'll go with the forest.
Why can't it be both? I'll be right back as well. All right, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Is everyone else back?
Yeah, I'm here.
Present.
Jareth, Tormar?
Yes, I am here, Tormar.
I guess we're just waiting on Sheriff then. Sheriff, are you back? You must have been more scared than I thought.
I'm back now. I apologize.
That's all good. All right.
You're right, George. I know you got my text message.
All
Well,
right.
it wasn't irritating. Taco Bell blew out the back end.
All right. So, what would you guys like to do as you see this dome of woven branches?
Look at Claudius, and I tell him to poke it.
I'm head first into this, but I have heard of odd creatures made out of trees.
Which is why you should poke it.
Well, there is a low doorway that leads inside the dome.
Is the space small enough or too small for somebody?
No, it's about humanoid size. You can go through.
Do we have a map for this area?
No, we do not.
Okay.
All right. I will be the first to crawl through the opening.
All right, so you duck your head low, and you see a home of sorts is sheltered within the dome of wooden branches. It's sparsely furnished with chests, shelves, a table, a reclined couch, all of it old, and all of it appears to be of elven craft.
I would like to follow behind him.
All right. And as you enter
Wait,
this,
can we automatically determine that it's of elven craft?
yeah, you can tell. It looks very, distinguishable in terms
Oh
of
wait,
how it was crafted.
what am I
But it
talking
all
about?
looks very old.
I'm married to an elf.
There you go. So as you step into the living space, the air grows cold, and a powerful feeling of dread grips you. A cold, pale light flickers in the air, rapidly taking on the form of a female elf. Her hair and robes waving in a spectral wind. She might have been beautiful once, but a hateful expression twists her features.
I knew it. It's his mother-in-law.
Foolish mortals. What do you want here? Do you not know that it is death to seek me out?
I turn to the rest of the party and tell them that, with my experience with the Gilded Lion, the one who has taught me about such creatures and experiences, that these creatures have, or these before they were turned into such, had suffered a worse fate beforehand. Then I turn back to her
I
and
whisper
say,
over to Claudius. Like
I
wife,
I
Mary.
hold no. I hold the shush, Sarah. I hold the comb out in front of me and kneel before her, presenting it, bowing my head in respect. Agatha, we wish to speak to you. We request the tome that is in your possession, or that you know of.
You see, upon seeing this presentation and this respectful and polite request, she says, "Very well. Lay your offering on the table."
All right. I set the comb on the table.
All right. I know many things of this area. Ask me one question, and you will have your answer.
We seek a tome in particular. A tome that is sought by a priestess.
Do you have any information about this throne? What it was?
I
Who
turn
it
to the
once
rest.
belonged to?
I turn to the rest of the party and ask, do you remember the name? I cannot quite remember the name.
We're looking for a spell book from a mage named Bogentle.
Ah,
Understood.
yes. I once possessed this very book. I traded it to a necromancer by the name of Cernok from the city of Eiselbor more than 100 years ago. I don't know what became of the book after that.
Goodness. 100 years would... That book could be anywhere.
And I'll
Well, you
paste
said,
this
wait.
in here so you can have that information.
She said a necromancer. Wasn't there on the quest board something about the undead somewhere?
Yeah.
Maybe...
The old owl well.
Maybe this necromancer could be alive and well and causing these issues.
After 100 years, they'd be a couple miles away. There's a big chance of that.
They might have traveled much during their time. Maybe that's one of the places they've traveled to, or maybe even an acolyte of theirs.
Certainly
It's worth
possible.
checking
I mean,
out.
it's a slim chance, but definitely possible.
Either way, we have the information we came for. We should probably part ways with Agatha. Good day.
As you all are kind of turning and talking to each other, you turn back and Agatha is gone.
I turned back towards the house, put my hands together, and whisper to myself in prayer that Agatha does find her rest at some point in time.
And then as you turn your head back up and you look at the table, the comb is gone as well.
All right. To the old owl well.
Oh,
right.
where's my hairbrush?
All right, so you guys travel back to Connieberry. At this point, it's about midday, so you would have enough time. You would gather to get to the old owl well, but it would be fairly late in the day. You estimate that you guys are probably an hour or two out from the old owl well, just as the sun starts to set.
Well, gents, if this is the journey we're making, it seems after the well, we'll be Wyvern Tor, and then we'll be traveling through the mountains for a while until we reach Vandal. Any supplies we need before we leave town? I'm all stocked up.
Oh no, Connieberry
Yeah, I
is
guess-
a completely abandoned town. There are no supplies there.
That's right. Okay,
Yes.
I completely forgot. All right, ignore all that. I didn't say anything.
What did we do with the? I'm guessing that we left the cart and horses in the town somewhere. Because we took that with us, right?
You could have.
Are
You
we all
also
traveling on foot?
you could have you could have been traveling on foot the whole time, but you could have the cart and horse with you through the woods. It's there is a path that goes between Connieberry and Agatha's lair that's pretty well defined.
All right.
You wouldn't have made great time with it through the forest, but definitely was doable. Same with the mountains. You wouldn't be going necessarily full speed, but you know, you can manage it. These are not so much mountains as they are, you know, just hilly terrain. You can see actually there's I'm not sure. Yeah. So you guys can see the key to the bottom left. Yeah, you can see these are hills. So the question is, do you guys want to make camp here a couple hours out of the Owl Well and go there in the morning, or do you want to travel directly there and get there a couple hours after dark?
To tell you all the truth, I've faced against a necromancer once before. It was a near-death encounter. If we face them at night, if we face the undead at night, we run the risk of unsightly horrors taking advantage of the dark.
Yeah, I'd rather not fight zombies at night. I'd rather get a good night's sleep around a campfire.
Yeah, camping sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, I agree as well.
All right, so you guys set up camp, no problem there. But I'm going to go ahead and have Claudius roll a d20.
Oh, cast.
Yeah, you guys have a safe long rest, and sure enough, the sun comes up without issue, and you guys are free to travel on to the old Owl Well. Was there anything else you want to do in preparation before you guys go there?
Yes, I would like to use my staff and cast mage armor before we depart.
Okay. Good call. So just a couple hours into the morning, you guys arrive at the old owl well. As you crest a low ridge, you spy crumbling ruins of an old watchtower standing amid the rugged hills. This place is so old that the walls are only mounds of rubble, enclosing a courtyard of sorts. Adjacent to the broken ramp of an old tower. A colorful tent has been set up in the middle of the courtyard, but no one is in sight.
I can't see anything.
Yeah,
That
my
is
map's all black.
because I have not put you on the map yet, which would be a good idea. Let's see. So this is the courtyard in this area, and there is an ornate tent set up right here. Is everybody able to see now?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
I look to the rest of our party and just ask, how should we proceed?
I cannot see.
How about now?
Much better now.
Okay.
I see something. Where am I at? All I see is oh, I
You're
see-
in the upper left.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay.
Guess I'll take a couple steps towards the tower
All right.
and
I will
send my
follow.
owl to fly around it and see if he sees anyone moving.
Absolutely. So as you fly, so basically, there are just mounds of rubble all around this. You can see the top of the ornate tent, but a lot of it is blocked. And this is about in an area all around the tower. Well, sorry, the courtyard. The tower is off the map, but this is just a small courtyard area. There's rubble standing about 5 feet or so up all around it. But as the owl flies up and around, it actually does see down into the courtyard. Let's see.
Zombies. Holy crap, that's a lot.
Oh boy.
And they're just kind of shuffling around. They don't appear to be doing anything in particular in this moment. They're just shuffling back and forth and groaning. They don't appear to notice or care about your owl.
He'll kind of complete his circuit and come back around to us. And I will turn around and tell everyone that that is full of zombies.
Goodness.
We should probably
What's-
take care of those.
It's this thing right here on the outside. Is that the well?
It is a well, but no, it's not why they call it the Old Owl Well.
Okay. So this is just like you said, an elevated courtyard, and somewhere off map there's a tower.
Yeah, off the map is the ruined tower, and this is just a small courtyard outside of it, but there's ruined rubble all around it.
Okay. I'm gonna continue to follow behind Athtar as he moves forward.
Is there an obvious entrance?
Not really. It's just you would have to climb the rubble outside of the line here. It's about 5 feet up, and then you would be able to drop down into the courtyard. So about where you are now is where the rubble would start.
I'm gonna ask everyone if we should do something about this or leave them be. I don't feel comfortable leaving this many zombies this close to Phandalin.
Let me ask a metagame question. Do zombies in D&D function like your typical zombies, like they bite someone, they turn into a zombie, or is it just like a
No.
raised undead?
Well, okay. I'll tell you what. Make a what would this be? A nature check, I guess. A
Okay.
medicine, nature or medicine?
Can I
Okay.
help him with a nature check?
Sure. As you two discuss this. No. The only way zombies are created is by raising the dead.
Okay. Good to know. Well, it's is there a way that they can get out, or do they seem pretty contained?
You would imagine that the zombies probably could climb up out of the rubble if they wanted to, but they don't appear to be doing that.
Hmm. It is certainly concerning. That's for sure.
What do
I
you
look
guys
over.
think? We jump up there and start killing zombies?
Well, we do have an artificer with us. Can you perhaps make a bomb? And we just toss a giant bomb over into the zombies.
If only things were that simple.
Well, one can dream.
Like I can shoot lightning out of my chest. What else do you want, guy?
A bomb would be nice.
I'll remember that going forward.
No, I agree. I think we should do something about this. Is there a way we could potentially lure them out so we're not facing so many at once?
It seems like a pretty consistent pile of rubble all the way around.
Maybe my wand of pyro will attract them.
I say we dig out one small entrance or exit, and then bait a trap. I do have a hunting trap I can place, and then we do something to persuade them in. We can at least catch the first one off guard.
Maybe make a stumbling block for the others.
Indeed. It would be harder for them to move past their dead ally.
Well, I've
If
got
you can call
the wand of web. I'm sure I could snag quite a few of them.
Yeah, that's a good call
and
too.
then it would just be,
True.
open season to get them on the webbed up.
Why don't we
So
try
how
to
do we-
dig out one small exit right here, and then place a trap for them?
All right. I don't have digging implements. Does anyone else have like a pick or something?
Not much.
I do not. I have a. Yeah, I have nothing.
I have a spare
could-
hand axe, but I don't wish to damage it.
We could take the high ground on top of the rubble and kill them as they come at us.
That's also a good idea.
All right. Well, what are you guys doing?
I will agree to position myself on top of the rubble.
Okay.
All right. I will. If everyone's ready.
Is Gwydion staying behind? Nope. There you go.
No, I'm coming. I'm with the group.
Alrighty. Well, if you guys are you guys gonna try to sneak up to the top of the rubble, or
That would be
Ye-
preferable.
Yeah, I'll try to sneak to the top of the rubble.
okay? I was gonna say make a stealth check with disadvantage because rubble is hard to sneak up in general, loud as you climb it. Yeah. So as you guys start to climb up the up the sort of makeshift wall of rubble, you hear the zombies reacting to you because they apparently heard. And I will have everyone roll initiative.
I think that's the worst roll I've had in a while.
Oh, I second that.
I have advantage. And I didn't click my guy anyway. Much better.
Oh, thought I had the zombies. I guess not. Ooh, very low. Claudius, what is your dex score?
My dex score?
Probably higher than the zombies.
Mine is 11.
Yep, definitely higher than the zombies. All right, Tormar.
Okay, I'd like to cast Scorching Ray at zombie over here.
All right. Yeah, that hits.
Ooh.
So are we all up on the elevated ridge to see over, or?
I would say Athtar, and Sheriff are. Everyone else is not. Everyone else is still behind it.
Okay.
Oh, well, you have to roll 3 attack rolls.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, the second one hits, but the natural one does not. So yeah, it takes 10 fire damage. Anything else for you?
No, that's gonna do it.
All right, Athtar.
I'm going to draw my whip and bonus action Shillelagh and move up a little farther and right to here. And I will actually I'll move to there and I will shoot this zombie with my chest lightning.
Okay. 9 hits.
Oh wow.
All right, so 13 damage. It is killed. Anything else for you?
Nope, that'll be it. I will tell my zombie to come over, or not my zombie, my owl to come over here and take his help action on his turn.
Gwydion.
I'm gonna do a web.
All right. Where would you like to center the web?
I got, what is it, a 20-foot
20-foot cube. Yep.
So I guess where I could get the most would be right here. 5, 10, 15, 20. 5, 10, 15, 20, I guess right here. And somewhere around there.
You can do. You can do that if you want.
Yeah, it looks good.
Okay.
I think that's 5 of them.
Yep. All right. So. Double movement to have to get through those. Each creature that starts its turn must make a dex saving throw. On a failed save, the creature is restrained until it breaks free. Okay. The owl.
The owl will take his action or his movement. He will fly around the zombie and take the help action, bothering the zombie and distracting it, and then fly the rest of his movement back up to here.
All right, Sheriff.
I am going to take a step forward to the top of this, and I'm gonna use lightning lure on the zombie. Let me go ahead and link this on this zombie right here.
Okay. He succeeds.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, it's a cantrip, so nothing on a success. Okay, Claudius.
Alright, so I will move forward 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and I wish to strike the zombie in front of me with my mace.
Okay. Yep. 22 hits. Anything else for you?
Let's see, I wish to what is it? I wish to use the dodge action.
That's an action. You already
Oh.
used your action to attack.
Okay. Now I'll just raise my shield up in defensive posture.
Alright. Zombie's turn. This first zombie will attack you back, Claudius. 16 to hit.
18 armor.
Okay. And all 5 of these zombies will try to break out from the webs. First one succeeds. Second one succeeds. Third one fails. So this one makes it out. This one makes it out. This one is stuck. This one succeeds. And the last one has to actually succeed 3 times to get out of all the webs. And somehow does. Wow. So this one's stuck, but all the rest of them make it out of the webs. But this one's too stupid to know any better, so it'll run through the webs. Still makes it out. Okay. So this one's going to go here. This one will go here. Oh no, actually he would have only been able to get there. We got 10 feet left. So there's going to be a whole bunch of attacks on Claudius. Let's see. So two attacks first though on Sheriff. 18 and 9.
The 18 hits, the 9 does not.
Okay, 2 bludgeoning. And then Claudius will get, and he already got 1 attack. You get another 3.
The 18, my armor rating is 18, so I think the 18 and 22 would both hit.
Yeah. For 6 damage.
Okay.
Alright. And then at the top of the turn order, you see emerging from the ornate tent, you see a mage in a red robe, and he yells out, "What's the meaning of this? I demand you all to stand down this instant." Tormar.
Identify yourself.
Okay. Do you want to do anything, or do you just want to yell that out?
Would that be an action or no?
No, not necessarily. You could do that and do an action if you want, or you could hold an action.
Yeah, I'll wait for a response first and see what's going on.
Okay. Aptar?
I will cast Fairy Fire on a 20-foot cube that gets it kind of starts here in the corner and goes to this.
Yeah, we'll draw another shape. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Oh, whoops.
To the right, 2 squares.
That.
Yep, perfect.
All right. So we get Dex saving throws for those, right?
Yep.
Okay. DC 15. So the mage fails. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zombies stuck in that. And every one of them fail. Excellent.
Nice. And then I will bonus action arcane weapon my whip. And that will be my turn.
Okay. Whittian.
I will go with another web this time. Again, so I can get the mage in there.
All right, so that would eliminate the first web. Because web is, I believe web is a concentration spell. Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Well, duration is concentration up to 1 hour, so it's definitely a concentration spell.
Oh.
So it's okay if you want to drop that one and cast a new one. That's fine, but it gets rid of your first one. Just to let you know.
I see. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I only had one guy stuck in there anyway.
Right.
All right. So
then the next one. Where do you want it? Kind of the same spot as this? Okay.
That's pretty good. That's got the that's fine.
Okay. Anything else for you? That's my main action. That's fine. Okay. Owl.
Owl will do the same thing. He'll fly up and use the help action on this zombie here, and then he'll fly back away.
Okay. Share it.
I will swing with my green flame blade. If I'm gonna swing with both, I can't use green flame blade as a bonus action, can I?
No. And in fact, when you're using 2-weapon fighting, it's a small, minute thing, but if you cast a cantrip, then that allows you to make a melee attack. That's not the same as using the attack action. And you're only able to use an offhand weapon as a bonus action if you use the attack action. So basically, you can either green flame blade, or you can attack with main hand and offhand. Which
Okay,
can't do
I'm
both.
still gonna green flame blade
Okay.
on the zombie that is directly in front of me.
Yeah, below you. Okay.
Yep. Let me get to my hand axe. Hang on. There we go.
14 hits. Seven damage to him. And what's your dex mod? 3 or 4?
My dex mod is
3 or 4, sorry.
that's 4.
Okay. So yeah, then that'll do 5 damage with the cantrip because you're using a +1 weapon. Okay. Anything else for you?
That is it.
Claudius.
I choose to strike the zombie that I was given advantage on with my mace.
Okay.
You have advantage on 2 of them next to you.
2 of them? Okay.
Yeah. This one and this one. Thanks, Fairy Fire.
Yeah, 10 piercing. That'll hit. Anything else for you?
And let's see. I'll seek to use Divine Smite.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can do that. So roll your Divine Smite damage.
Why isn't it? I don't click on it. There we go.
Alright. Very nearly killing this zombie. Anything else for you?
I raise my shield up and prepare.
Okay. So, the zombies are going to move around. These two are actually fine where they are. This one will attempt to move. Has to make 2 different strength checks to get through. So he's stuck. This one is fine. This one wants to move, so it needs 2 strength checks. And can't make it through the second one, so he gets stuck there. The mage, though, well, let's see, the mage isn't going yet. But the zombies look like they are not attacking currently, but they look like they are waiting for something to attack. Like they're ready to attack, but they're not doing it currently. And then the mage, the mage seems to bring his hand up and hold a spell in his hand. It says, I would prefer to resolve this in a more refined manner, but if you continue to attack my assistants, I'll be forced to defend myself. Dormar, your turn.
I will, I'll cast Ice Knife on this guy right here.
Okay. 16 hits. Okay. So remind me again how that spell works.
There we go.
Okay, so the target takes the piercing. So that's 9 damage to that. And then it explodes, and everything takes the cold damage, which is 2.
Man, tough roll.
Yeah. Let's see. 2 here. And then this one needs to make a Constitution saving throw. And succeeds, so it stays alive. That one takes 2. 2. And the mage takes 2. Has to make a concentration check. for the spell that he's holding. Yep, he's fine. So, upon doing that, all of the zombies will release their attacks, as will the mage release his spell. And he is going to cast Hold Person on you, Tormar. So go ahead and make a Wisdom saving throw. You are paralyzed.
Uh-oh, not again.
I know. Help, it's again. Alright, so this zombie will attack Aftar. 17 to hit?
Nope.
Okay. That is going to be 5 attacks on Claudius.
Crap. Oh my gosh. 18 and 19 hit.
For 10 damage. And then 3 attacks on Sheriff. All miss.
All miss.
Okay. Anything, and then Tormar is now paralyzed. Okay, so Aptar, your turn.
I will take a step over here.
Okay, so this one would take an attack of opportunity against you.
Yep.
Never mind. He already used his reaction and holding his attack, releasing it.
Okay. I was hoping so. In that case, then I will make a 1 attack against the mage with my whip.
All right.
With advantage because of fairy fire.
Yeah, that hits.
Plus the arcane damage, which is a d6 fire.
Okay.
So 17, and then I will bonus action and attack the mage with my chest shooter. 20.
Well, do you have something that will give you advantage?
Fairy fire.
All right. Yeah, so that does it. And the mage goes down.
Nice.
Nice.
And then
And
I
every
will-
single one of the zombies stay up, but they continue to live. It's fine.
and then I will stay where I am.
All right, Gwydion.
That's pretty awesome.
Where the
Gwydion
zombies
will-
seem to have a coordinated demeanor, though, almost as if they were taking their cues from somebody. Now they just look wild and crazed. Like more regular zombies.
will do a-
So that is another concentration spell. So you can cast that if you want, but it would cancel out your weapon.
Oh. That's fine.
Okay?
He'll go at this zombie right there. So
sorry, which one?
everything within.
Okay.
This one next to the left of the evil mage.
Okay. So let's see. A 5-foot diameter sphere of fire appears in an unoccupied space. So you can't put it on something. You can put it next to something.
Okay, then I guess directly below that one,
All right.
right there.
Yep. And then and lasts for 1 minute. Any creature that ends its turn within 5
Well,
feet
it
of the
says as a as a bonus. So I cast it, and then as a bonus action, I can move it up to 30 feet. So I can move it.
Okay, so you can ram it into one creature.
Yeah.
Now, which one would you like to ram it into?
again, the one in the middle to get everybody around him.
Well, so ramming it only hits one target, but it's at the beginning of their turn. If they're within 5 feet, then they take the damage again. Or no, sorry, any
Okay.
creature that ends its turn within 5 feet of it. So yeah, it's a dexterity saving throw, DC 13. He succeeds.
So he takes half damage.
Yes. So go ahead and roll your 2d6. Ready? Anything else for you?
That's it.
All right, owl.
The owl will fly up and give give Sheriff advantage on this zombie and then fly off.
He would already have advantage from parry fire.
Ah, okay, yeah. Okay, fly over here and give Sheriff advantage on this zombie.
Okay.
Fly
Sure,
off.
it's your turn.
I am going to swing my hand axe at the zombie directly behind me, or I guess above me.
Okay. Well hits. Alrighty.
And as my bonus action, I'm going to swing my short sword at the one below me.
Okay. You have advantage. 9 hits. Alrighty. Anything else for you?
That is it.
Claudius.
I wish to take a swing with my mace at this zombie to my right,
Okay.
who's literally on his last leg, as if it wasn't already.
Yep.
It's the zombie. Alright, I wish to smack it in the face.
Yes, that hits. 4 damage. And, you know, it looks like, based on how it's on its last leg, as you said, you go to hit it, and it should have killed it. But then it rears back up and roars at you.
Ah, crap. Alright. My bonus action, I cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Okay. Good idea. Alright. Zombie attacks. This is going to be 5 attacks. No, 6 attacks at Claudius. I think only one of those hit your armor class at 22 for 5 bludgeoning damage.
Wait, don't I... Oh, wait.
You know what, though? You are flanked. You are flanked all the way around. So the 19 would actually be a 21. So that one would have hit as well. So yeah. You take 7 bludgeoning damage. Yeah, you get a +2 to AC, but your AC is normally 18, right?
Yes.
So yeah, the 21 and the 22 will hit. Because you're flanked.
Okay, so it's combined 7?
Yes. And then this one is no longer held by the webs, so it's going to move here. This one's going to move up to here. And so this will be 2 attacks on Aptar. And 3 attacks on Sheriff.
The 17 hits.
Alright. 6 bludgeoning damage.
Daggum, that's a strong zombie.
And then these two both would take 2d6 from the flaming sphere. So go ahead and roll 2d6 again. Okay, 7. That one's still somehow staying alive, despite the fact that it should be dying.
Ugh.
This one takes 7 damage. Okay. Tormar. Make. Oh no. Yeah, he's dead. So you're no longer paralyzed.
Sweet. Okay, I will do another ice knife at this guy here.
You know that would hit Athtar and Claudius, though, right? The explosion.
Oh, you're right. Okay. Then I will Scorching Ray, 1 at this guy, and then 2 at. Actually, no. Let me do 1 at each of these 3.
All right. They all have advantage because they're all fairy fired. Yep.
It's 3 separate rolls, right?
Yep. So give me 3 attack rolls. Yep, those all hit, and then give me 3 damage rolls. Okay, so let's see. So this one dies. But these two somehow are just fighting through all of the magic and all of the damage, and they are staying alive.
Tough zombies.
Yeah. Especially this one. This one is like the zombie god over here.
He's a real trooper.
Athstar.
Don't remind me.
I'll go ahead and attack this zombie right there with my whip.
Okay. Which zombie? Too many zombies.
Right here.
Okay. Yep, that hits. Chalet whip.
Yep. And then I will.
What's the damage?
Ooh.
Okay.
8. And we'll do the chest blaster on that one.
Okay. Yep, that hits.
Oh, so tough.
Yep, it looks like he is hanging on by a thread. Anything else
and
for you?
I will. Nope, I'll stay right there.
Okay. And Gwydion.
Bonus action, move the flaming sphere to the left of the evil mage.
Okay.
And
You want to ram it into one of them?
yeah, sure, I'll ram it into the one to the right of Athtar. The one in between. Well, I don't want to get them.
You can do it
I
at
guess
one.
I would get anybody within the front.
Yeah, you can do it at the top one, the left one, or the bottom one. I guess actually
Let's
from
do it,
there you can do it on only on these two.
Okay, then I'll do it to the one to the left.
Okay. He'll make a dex save. And he takes full damage, so roll the 2d6. He stays up. He's just living.
This thing is mutilated and just refuses to go down.
This thing is burnt to hell. It's having its arms lopped off, but it's still just fighting through it all. Anything else for you, Woody?
Yeah, let's see. I'm trying to think of the best maneuvering I can do for a burning hands.
Tricky.
Which of these zombies are still alive? I don't want to burn anybody either. If I stood right here, could I get these three? On the left side, lower left-hand corner of the well?
Yeah, you can do that without hitting Claudius.
So move here, and then I guess get these three right here.
Okay. They all fail, and they all take 13 damage. $39 damage in one move. Not bad.
Very nice.
Alrighty. Owl's turn.
The owl will come down and give Sheriff advantage on this zombie again, and then fly off.
Alright, Sheriff.
Well, now I gotta swing at that zombie.
I know, you're obligated. You're,
No.
No, wait. You're owl-obligated.
But
No. Yes.
Oof.
Alright, well, I'm
That's
swinging at
fair.
that zombie with hand
That's fair.
axe.
Yeah, that hits. Okay. Chunking it away.
Alright, and I'm gonna swing at the one directly below me with my short sword.
Alright.
oof.
That does hit, and regardless of the damage, that kills it.
Sweet. That's all I got.
Alright, Claudius. You're
This is
being
becoming
mauled
a
by zombies.
very frustrating situation as I'm surrounded by them and I can't really run, otherwise they would gnaw at my ankles from behind. I decide to take a swing at my arch nemesis to my right with the mace.
Alright. Yes,
Got
that
him.
takes it
That'll do
down.
it.
Yes! And as my bonus action, I wish to consume my potion of healing.
Okay. 2d4 plus 4. Go ahead with the zombie's turn while you roll that, though.
Did 2d4
5.
plus 4?
Well, we'll
Is that
start with...
five?
Yeah, 2d4 plus 4. Yeah, we will, we'll start with the 2 attacks on Sheriff. 10 bludgeoning damage from that top one.
Yep, it hit.
1 attack on Avatar.
What's the command I'm supposed to enter in?
Slash roll 2d4 plus 2.
Ooh, 7, sweet. Take me
Then
back
there's-
at 30.
5 attacks. Actually, you know what? These zombies are getting a little tired of attacking Claudius. So this one's going to run up to Tormar. And these 2 are going to move to Gwydion. Claudius, if you'd like, you can make your reaction to make a melee attack on one of those 3 zombies.
Also, with the whip, my range is 10 feet, so do I also get an
Yes.
opportunity attack against that zombie?
You
So
can.
seeing one of those zombies run towards Gwydion, I turn and decide to use one of my other weapons that I keep on hand, my handy-dandy spear,
All right.
and want to chuck my spear at him.
14 to this one. All right.
Ooh, nice.
7 just misses.
Ah, jeez.
That one takes a lot of damage, though. But this one will attack Tormar and miss. These two will attack Gwydion. Assuming the 22 hits, but the 12 probably not.
Yeah.
So 3 damage to
22
you.
definitely hits. Okay.
And then 2 attacks still on Claudius.
19
and both of
hits.
those miss. Well, no, you have Shield of Faith, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, but you know what? Actually, you got hit twice after you had Shield of Faith, didn't you?
Yeah.
So you would have to make 2 concentration checks to keep
Two
that spell up.
Your concentration checks. Okay.
Yeah. So Constitution saving throw.
Oh, 2 Constitution saving throws. Okay.
Yeah.
1, 2.
Yeah. Definitely.
Right.
So yeah, you're still concentrating on that. So yeah, both of those would miss. And Tormar, your turn, and there's a zombie trying to eat you.
Yeah, I will magic missile all 3 of them into him.
Okay. Okay, so the first 2 reduce him to 1 HP, and then the last one, he's still alive.
Dang it. Okay. I'm done.
Okay, Aptar.
I will whip the one directly next to me.
Okay. Yeah, that hits.
Max roll again, nice. And then I will
Yep, he
bonus
dies.
action blast one of this one next to Gwydion.
Okay. Yep, that hits.
And I then
And
take
he
a
is dead.
couple of steps back.
Okay. Gwydion.
I will. Let's see. Bonus action, move the flaming sphere to, I guess, ram the one that's close to me.
Okay, so it's gonna go here. Oh, and by the way, I forgot. The zombie, this one ended its turn here, so it would make a dex save and fail. So roll 2d6 for this one.
Okay.
Nope, it's still up. Alright, so this rolls here. And it goes around to like maybe here. And then rams this guy?
Yep.
Oh, but that would hit Claudius too, so maybe here.
Maybe. Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and it hits. Okay, rams the zombie. So yeah, roll 2d6 again. Oh, and he succeeds. I'm pretty sure the DC was 13.
Oh.
So yeah, he'll
Yeah.
take half, so that's 2 damage. All right, anything, and what else for you?
Do magic missile. See.
Who are you doing it on?
One at
Claudius, obviously.
one at the top and then 2 at the one at the bottom. So the first
Okay.
one, the one at Tormar,
All
and
right.
then 2 at this one down my name.
That top one lives, and the bottom one takes. Yeah, it takes the 5 damage, and then on the 2, dies. Alrighty. Anything else for you?
That's it.
All right, Sheriff. Oh, I forgot the owl's turn.
The owl will come down here and give the help action to Sheriff
Okay.
on that zombie, and then fly off again.
Green flame blade on the top one, I assume. Let's see. Yep, 14 hits. Okay, and then that would put 5 damage on this guy. Anything else for you? No, we can't hear you, by the way, if you're talking.
Oh, sorry about that.
All good?
I'm gonna actually go ahead and use my action surge.
Nice.
And I'm gonna swing with
You could do
my-
another green flame blade, by the way. You can do 2 cantrips in a turn if you have action surge.
I'm actually gonna use my action surge to swing with my hand axe and my short sword both. I'm gonna swing with a hand axe again at the zombie above me.
Okay. Yep, 11 hits. And let's see. Yep, stays up.
Alright, and I'm
Super up.
swinging
Yeah.
at the
Fully
zombie
healed.
to my right with my short sword.
Okay. 13 hits. Alright. Claudius.
All right. So, I wish to strike the one to my bottom right, who is
Alright.
low on health, with
Yeah.
my mace.
You have advantage.
Okay. Hang on. And
10 hits for 6 damage. But he stays up.
Man.
good gosh! Wait a minute! Wait a minute! It hits.
Yeah, you hit him, and it
But can
looked
I-
like he should have gone down, but then
Could I-
before he falls dead, he comes back up at you.
Could I possibly have used Divine Smite?
Yeah, you can.
All right. Do not wish to see these undead fiends continuing to stand against us.
You notice it appears, Claudius, that the zombie cannot withstand your radiant magic and falls to the ground.
Yes.
Anything else for you?
I just raised my shield up, preparing for whatever may come.
Okay. So let's see. We've got one zombie attacking Tormar. Ooh. For 12
Good.
damage. Two that are
Ouch.
still on Sheriff. Yeah, suddenly the natural 20s are coming around to these zombies.
Don't forget you got that mage armor.
Yeah, it wouldn't
that
be
won't
enough.
help with a natural 20, though.
Oh.
Can't even shield a natural 20. It hits automatically. But 14 and 11, I assume, misses you, right, Sheriff? Oh, he's muted again.
I'm- Sorry, say that again.
Does a 14 or 11 hit you?
No, they do not.
Okay. And then one attack on Claudius, which misses. Tormar.
Fine.
Okay, I'm going to magic missile. One at this guy, one at that guy, and I don't know, one at this one down here.
Okay. Okay, the first one lives. That one dies. And this guy takes 4. Anything else for you?
No, that's it for me.
That zombie, by the way, is chomping on your shoulder currently. Aftar.
I'm gonna take one step towards Tormar and smack his zombie with the whip.
All right. That hits.
Man, those rolls are insane. I keep getting max rolls on that whip.
Unfortunately, that zombie is still up somehow.
Good.
You hit
and
the
then
crap out of him, but he will not let go of Tormar.
And I will hit him again with the lightning launcher. Go down.
Yeah, that hits. And he
Yes.
dies. Okay. Your shoulder is finally released from the jaws of the zombie, Gormar. And you look up, and the
Hurrah!
smoke is slowly billowing from Aptar's chest. Gwydion.
Last zombie, I guess, right?
Nope,
So
two more left. One here, one
two
there.
more left. Okay. Jeez, I can't move. Oh. So bonus action, move the flaming sphere over there.
Alright.
To ram this zombie,
Sure.
and then I'll magic missile.
Roll 2d6
one
for
there.
the damage.
Let's see.
Alright. It just barely lives.
And then let's see. Again, magic missile again.
Okay, what's your target?
One down there, and then I guess two up top where the other one was.
Okay. The bottom one survives, and the top one takes 6 damage. Owl.
Owl will fly over 10, 20, 30, give Sheriff advantage on this zombie, and then fly away again.
Alright, Sheriff.
Swinging with my hand axe first.
You have advantage.
Alright.
Alright. It's still up.
Alright, swinging again with my short sword
Okay.
for my bonus action.
That hits. And it dies.
Woohoo.
Alright, Claudius, one
That
left.
was a lot of zombies.
Let's see, doesn't Shield of Faith use up a spell slot?
It does.
Okay, so I've already used all 3, so I'll touch my Holy Relic as my bonus action to receive an extra spell slot.
Excellent. Good idea.
Then I will attack the zombie in front of me with my mace.
Yep. Yep, that hits.
Then I will also use Divine Smite.
And he goes down.
I've never seen the purple.
Yeah.
That's when you have one max roll and
Either
one
way.
low roll.
I love that.
Yeah. All right, and with that, all of the zombies are felled. Big, disgusting, smelling piles of heaps of what used to be humanoids, and one still human that is dead on the floor.
I wish to sift through the tent area right here to see if I can find anything. Whoop.
All right. So you see inside this ornate tent is a comfortable looking cot, not ridiculously lavish or anything, but looks like it is of quality make and would be fairly comfortable to sleep on. And then you see also a chair, a writing desk, supplies, and a chest of clothes. And also in the chest, there are some coin. There's one pearl. There's a potion of healing, a scroll of darkness, a tiny jeweled box, and inside the box you find a ring.
Okay. Definitely taking the health potion from that chest. As for the ring, can I determine what the ring is or what it does?
Make an Arcana check. Just take a moment
Arcana?
to study it.
Okay.
Can I help him with that?
Sure.
Okay.
Take advantage, Claudius. 18. It is a ring that offers additional protection, and in fact, you have seen this ring once before in a shop that you were recently in. It is a ring of protection.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna wear that sucker. I I see the ring. Oh, that's definitely my ring. Has a big shield on it. So I'm going to put the ring of protection on my fingers. Right. See, I'm gonna try and put that in my inventory if I can.
I can help you with that if you'd like.
Let me see. Oh, okay. So I have to have my character sheet open and then search through the search bar here.
Yeah, if you just put in ring of protection, 2 of them come up actually, but either one, and then you just drag it over into your character sheet.
Okay. Oh, wait, why did it? Hang on. There. Being difficult. Okay. Here we go. Oh, that's cool. It works even on my Xbox. Let's go.
Oh, but you did it twice. That's
Oh.
okay. I got you. So yeah, and that makes your AC 19.
Sweet. All right.
Oh, and it also adds 1 to all your saving throws. But yeah, it does that. It also automates that.
Sweet. Let's see. What else did you say was in the? Okay, wait.
Yeah, I put it in the chat for you guys.
Leather bag.
The box itself, by the way, is worth 25 gold. The box the ring came in.
I put everything in the party loot minus the potion of healing someone said they were taking and the ring itself.
And assuming that you guys would go through the paperwork on the desk, it appears as though this human is was a wizard by the name Haman Frost, and it appears as though he was here studying this area on behalf of the Red Wizards. And you find notes about some of the more menial tasks being, beneath a wizard of his high caliber, so he had decided to raise zombies from local burial sites to basically to use as manual labor, to do digging, for excavating magic items from the area, and anything else he didn't feel like was anything that he felt was beneath him.
I turned to Tormar and asked if he could search the evil mage. For one, because I do not like handling dead bodies, and 2, he's a mage. I don't know what all he could have. Maybe some kind of spell on his cloak or anything.
I could help you with that.
Yeah, I'll take a look at the mage. And
Who
what
are the
investigation
red
check?
mages?
Make a history check.
Yeah, okay.
I've had some experience in the guild dealing with various mages. Can I also cast a history check, or?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I know who they are a lot.
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
The Red Wizards are they're basically a sect of wizards that focus heavily on the acquisition of power and the expansion of a few different schools of magic, particularly evocation, necromancy, and divination are their main focuses. Most people consider them to not be particularly um, uh, moral in their pursuits. Um, Maybe not evil necessarily, but definitely they're definitely not good guys.
Hmm. Um, I'll cast detect magic, and I'll look around for a spell book.
Yeah, you see, he does.
To see
He
how
does
that.
have a spell book on him. Um, and I will give you the spells listed in here. Nothing crazy. It looks like it's a pretty basic spell book. Like this was maybe an initiate spell book that hadn't really been expanded much. But there's a little bit in here. I will send over Discord here the spells that are in it. So yeah, if you want, you can add to your inventory um, Frost spellbook. And then also, yeah, you would instantly recognize the ring that Claudius has now is magical that he took off of him or took out of the box in there. Um, and then you would see the scroll of darkness and the potion of healing are giving off magic, but that's it. And you would notice if you as you look around with detect magic that kind of this whole place has a little bit of an air of like very very light magic. Like this place, long time ago, maybe was had some kind of magic essence to it that maybe is slowly eroding and becoming less powerful. But there's something about this place that kind of feels a little extra magical. All right, so
Is a
what
pearl
would you
a
guys like to
pearl
do?
considered is a pearl considered a gemstone?
Um, no. A pearl's kind of its
Okay.
own thing. Gemstones are going to be like aquamarines, rubies, emeralds, topaz, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Jade.
Figured it was worth a shot. Um, I guess then we'll head to the tower.
I mean, it's just yeah, you can do that, but it's just a ruined tower. It's completely abandoned. There's really nothing to find there.
Is there anything
Um,
special about the well? Anything?
You look down it and you see it is clean, clear water. Oddly so, in fact.
Hmm. Oddly so.
Yeah, like typically you wouldn't expect that water would be so clean and fresh, but it is. It's probably if you were to like, there's a bucket that kind of you could pull up from it, um, and it is very clean and uh, normally like well water can be a little muddy at times, but
Yeah.
this is like the cleanest, clearest water you've ever seen.
This would be perfect to use to cleanse on these zombies. Don't give them another chance to get back up ever again. May they rest in peace. Hmm.
What do y'all like to do?
take a. What time is it?
It's about midday at this point, a little past midday. You guys had left. You guys had taken a rest right before getting here, a long rest, and so you came here, and after you had battled, and then taken a little bit of time to look around and investigate everything, but now it's probably a little afternoon.
So head to Wyvern Tor.
Well, we could, but I'm 15 points shy of being healthy.
Well, we can take a short rest and heal up.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I've got a. I mean, I got a couple heal spells if somebody needs it.
Yeah, we should take
I'm
a
on
short
quest.
rest.
I kind of stayed.
Yeah, you guys can easily take a short rest here, no problem. Go ahead and roll your hit dice.
I will say it probably wouldn't be wise for us to get into another combat encounter just yet, because it is 11:42.
Sure. Yeah, I have that. I have
I
that
think
covered.
we could wrap it up in 15 minutes.
Yeah. Granted, I will admit that my history for cutting you guys off in time is not great. But I was actually I had actually already thought of that for tonight. I was like, if they want to go to Wyvern Tour, will probably stop the session right as they see it. I'll give them the description, and then we'll sunset the night.
How many are you still down?
How many short die do we get to roll on a short rest?
As many as you want. Well,
Okay.
as many as you have, I should say. Right now you
Okay.
have 4.
As many hit dice as you have, yeah.
So wait, if it says we have 4, we could roll 4?
Yeah, you can roll all 4 at once if you want, but when you take a long rest, you only gain half of your expended hit dice rounded up. So if you used all 4, then you take a long rest, you'd only get 2 back. Or no, sorry, half of your total, not half of your expended.
Would this mean that I'd be at full health if I used all those?
Well, how many hit points down are you?
Originally, I was down 15.
So yeah, you roll the 9 and then the 11, and that's 20 hit points back. So using 2 hit dice, you'd be back at full health.
All right.
Because you can take multiple short rests in one day, so you don't want to just use all your hit dice if you don't, if you don't need to, because you might be able to take another short rest later.
Right.
All right, so you guys heading down to Wyvern Tor.
Yeah,
Yes.
sounds good.
All right. So yeah, takes a few 3 or 4 hours to get there. So you get there in the late afternoon, early evening. Traveling in a relatively flat part of this area. You eventually come across a couple of hills, but there is a little path that kind of weaves in and around the hills. This crag is a prominent landmark in these rugged hills in the northeast of the Sword Coast Mountains. Wyvern Tor is a sizable hill with miles of rugged terrain on the flanks and slopes. And as you grow closer to what you feel like is the area marked by the map, you start to smell a faint smell of smoke that hangs on the air as you ascend a rugged ridge on the lower slopes of the hill. And about 50 yards away, a cave of a mouth opens up at the bottom of the ravine. Hunkered down by a boulder 20 yards outside the cave, keeping watch, you see a single orc. And that is where we will pick up next time.
Nice.
Give you guys a look at the map, though, just for funsies. Let's get you guys on the map. What am I missing? Oh, there we go. So let's see. There, you can see the single orc right there. But we'll say you guys are down here,
It's,
hiding in the bushes.
it's still dark.
Man,
Yep, I always see.
I gotta fix that setting, so I don't have to do this every time.
I can see, but I got dark vision.
Let's see. Oh, right, because I didn't add light in this area. We'll say that there are a couple of torches here on the outside.
There you go. I see him.
Let's see. There would probably be some light inside. Okay. And yeah, that is where we'll pick up next time. Great job, guys. That was fun.
Sweet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
killing some zombies.
Yeah, you guys made it through a couple of the side quests. Get to go turn those in next time.
Depends on how we make it through Wyvern Tour.
That's true. That's true. Orcs can be rough sometimes.
Well, if we're this close, we might as well check out Ice Spire while we're nearby. It's on the map for a reason.
Well, you know, maybe not.
Mm-mm.
Ice Spire Peak.
And then you have what I have nicknamed the Kryptonian Forest. Every time I say that, I think of Superman and Krypton.
Yep.
It's the cryptocurrency forest.
Nice.
Oh gosh.
The fake
Bitcoin
money
mining is
forest.
just
Crypto's
pretty
like
good.
a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
I'm a millionaire. No, I'm not a millionaire. I'm a millionaire.
Right.
No, I'm not.
as Doge crashes to 60 cents in the past 3 months.